Hello, Serge here from the back porch. I recently did a daily about answering a question where a player was hitting the ball high in the club face and he wanted some solutions, and I talked about all the issues of the proper timing of the swing, starting very likely with his upper body getting ahead of the ball and had a steep downswing, etc., etc. And then I then followed that up with a video, a daily video answering a question that Gil brought relative to that answer, saying that I didn't talk enough about tee height. Well, again, I'm going to stay on that same subject because Roy Reed actually, after Gil's question about the tee height, wrote this. He said, Gil, early last summer the Surge did a video demonstration where he teed up 16 balls in a straight line, every ball at a different tee height, then proceeded to go down the line and call out each shot. High, low, very low. He then hit each ball exactly as he said he would, without any regard of or concern for tee height. In fact, all of these balls were set at different heights. I usually had low, medium, and then the high tee. And low, medium, high all the way through, and I was hitting different shots off of the different tees. Different height shots off the different heights of those tees. He then hit each ball exactly as he said without any regard to concern for tee height. When he finished, he asked the camera crew how they thought he did. They were baffled. He then explained it was simply the amount of spine or secondary tilt that he presets for each shot. If he wanted the ball to go higher, he secondary tilted or leaned his spine a little more toward his rear foot. If he wanted to go lower, he kept the spine more centered between his feet. Notice it said more centered between my feet. It was amazing to see him do it. That is what I've been personally doing and teaching my students to also do. I don't worry about tee height at all, but just set my spine for the height of the shot I need to make it work. And it's great and strong in headwinds. I just eliminate any reverse tilt, keep my spine centered over the center of my stance and hit low rockets. Saves me a lot of time and I don't worry about tee height anymore. Just another idea to consider, hit them straight. Well, he also considered, T. Medley then came on and put the YouTube link to get that, and it's www.youtube.com/watch?v, and it's 3 dots after it, and that gets you to that video that I hit all those shots. And immediately after that, Gil came back and said, "Hey T, thanks for the link. I watched with great interest as he was hitting the balls. It seems to me that when he hit the low shots, more weight was on his left side than his right. Anyone out there who disagrees with me, please say so, but it sure looks like that to me. If this video is all about spine tilt, that's fine, but it also looks like a matter of weight distribution as well. Thanks again for the link, and hit him straight." T. Medley came back and said, "I would tend to agree a little, as any change in spine angle would also affect weight distribution to some degree, even just slightly." Thank you, T, for that comeback. And you're absolutely correct. But I will say this. I never hit any shot, any full shot, even if I'm trying to hit it low, from my weight being over my left foot. Because if I did that, the angle would be too steep coming into impact, and it would be and hitting it low, I'd be coming down too much on the ball, and instead of hitting the ball low, I'd be very highly susceptible to hitting it high on the club face and hitting pop-ups instead. So at the best, I'm going to get centered. But the other thing that you missed was when I get centered and I change my spine angle, what else is also changing? The tilt of my shoulders. So if I'm hitting a normal shot from here, and I'm going to stay kind of centered over this arrow right here. If I hit a normal shot, I'm at this. When I want to hit it higher, I'll tilt back a little bit more, and I'll get more spine angle tilt so that I can feel like I'm going to come up and I'm going to hit it from more underneath the ball to hit it higher. So conversely, high, normal. When I want to hit the ball lower, I just level myself off, but I'm staying centered in the middle of my stance and staying centered, but I'm going to level my shoulders off, so I'm not going to be in the master setup position where my right arm is below the left. I'm going to get up a lot more neutral and stay relatively level. But the key is also now my shoulders are more level, and that's going to allow me to come in flatter sooner coming into the ball and stay flatter a little bit longer going out, because I want the ball to be hit and penetrate. So it's like if I'm hitting a ball, say at the height of this camera, which is sitting about this high on a table over there, I'm going to just release the ball there. If I want it to go up higher, I'm releasing it up here. And you can see that if I release it higher, my spine's tilting more and I'm staying back more. And if I want to pitch this high enough to pitch it all the way up to the top of the house, I'm up there, and you notice Look at it. Look at the start of my shoulders, and I'm swinging it up there. So the setup determines the motion, and I'm also thinking about where on the ball I want to hit it. So on normal shots, I'm hitting it somewhere just about barely below the equator. On the real high shots, I'm coming way under and catching it under the equator, way lower under the equator. And then when I want to hit it and I level off my shoulders to hit more of a penetrating drive like into the wind, I'm gonna try to feel like I'm gonna come in flatter sooner, hit it in the center of the equator, and drive it straight through, keeping that equator and the club going through on that equator of the ball to hit that penetrating drive. So yes, weight distribution does change, the spine angle changes, but let us not forget the shoulder tilt. All right, but I never get on the left side. That's only for chipping and pitching and short shots around the green. If you get on your left side, if you reverse tilt and all that other stuff, you're coming down too steep and you're just pounding the club on top of the ball and driving the ball into the ground. So check that out. Go back and look at the video. You got the address. I just gave it to you. And not only watch the wide knees, the levelness of the knees, but and a spine angle tilt, but watch the shoulder tilt also and the path of the club coming into the ball. And so those three things come up. So if you change your setup, you should be changing your weight distribution. But we never get on the forward side to hit long shots because that just drives the ball on the ground. We have to stay at or behind the ball. So that's it for the search today on changing your setup, changes your weight distribution when you're trying to hit those different shots. Okay, so that's it for me today, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.